Hi, and welcome to Tech Tactics. Today we'll be looking at the ASUS STRIX GTX 960, a 4GB graphics card and its significance in 2024. Launched in 2015, the GTX 960 was celebrated as a good mid-range graphics card. However, with a fast-paced evolution of technology, can a 4GB GPU still hold up in 2024? Let's find out. Assassin's Creed Mirage with an average of 50 FPS reaching 60 in some parts, the game is set on the lowest graphics preset in 1080p resolution with AMD FSR 2.1 set to quality mode with a 60 FPS target. The 960 comes with either 2 or 4GB of GDDR5 memory. This is the 4GB version and utilises a 128-bit memory bus. It has a clock speed of 11,027 MHz and a boost clock speed of 11,078 MHz. This card requires a minimum 400 watt power supply with a TDP of just 120 watts. For connectivity, you get one HDMI port, one DVI port and 3 DisplayPort connectors. Cyberpunk 2077 is the next game we are testing today, running at 1080p resolution. This time we have AMD FSR 3, which is a new feature to this game. The target FPS is set to 60, and the graphics is set to the low preset. You can see the game, in some parts, reaches over 60 FPS and doesn't drop below 50. The GTX 960 with its groundbreaking features at its launch proved to be a very good mid-range GPU. It was considered efficient for its time. However, in today's rapidly evolving tech industry, these specs may struggle to keep up with the demands of modern game titles today. Red Dead Redemption 2 at 1080p with AMD FSR 2.1 set to the performance mode. This game is on the low graphics preset and still looks amazing. With this 4GB GPU, the FPS hits that sweet 60 FPS with a low of just 44 in some areas. One of the key benefits of the GTX 960 is its price. Being an older Maxwell graphics card, it comes at a much lower price point compared to newer models. A second-hand 960 can be found for as little as £60 from the used marketplace, offering it as excellent value for money. This GPU seems like a good option, but it's important to consider the game you want to play and keep in mind it may not be sufficient for the 4GB of VRAM. Now, Fortnite running in 1080p native resolution. This time we have a mix of low and medium graphics settings running in DX11. Surprisingly, this game reached 100 FPS, which is quite good considering the age of this card. For this type of game, it's best not to use any upscaling as it can introduce latency, and not to mention the bad visuals along with it. When playing games like this, you want smooth, responsive gameplay, not lag and blurry graphics. The main downside of the 960 is its lack of future-proofing. Since it's an older graphics card, it may not be enough for newer games, and I'm pretty sure the driver support for this series of cards is up soon. This basically means you would have to upgrade sooner than you would with a new GPU. It also doesn't support ray tracing or DLSS, which are becoming increasingly popular in games today. If you're looking for a graphics card that will last you several years, then I suggest not to buy the GTX 960. This is Fallout London, a modded version of Fallout 4. You can easily download and install Fallout London if you own Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition on the GOG gaming platform. This mod is totally free, and it's one I personally have been waiting for, just for the fact it's set in London. With the Fallout franchise being as popular as it is, this mod captures it very well in my mind. For the first 2 hours of gameplay, you run around with a butter knife, which makes it very hard indeed. This game runs well in native 1080p resolution on the Ultra Graphics preset, which will certainly be a challenge for the 960. It might be a good idea to lower the settings to a medium graphics preset. This would give the FPS a bit more of a boost for a smoother gaming experience, as the highest FPS on the Ultra settings was 62, with a low of 36. Far Cry 5 at 1080p resolution with a target FPS of 60. This game is not doing badly with the graphics preset set to the low setting. We are getting between 58 and 73 FPS. However, this game doesn't have the best upscaling method, so it might be a good idea to stay clear of anything in this game that changes the screen resolution using upscaling. The GTX 960 remains a solid choice for gamers looking to enjoy some of today's modern games. While it may not offer the best future-proofing, it can provide a decent gaming experience, depending on the game you want to play. For those seeking a graphics card capable of supporting newer technologies and delivering superior long-term performance, it's highly recommended to explore other alternative options from the used marketplace. That's it for today, and we hope this has helped you decide whether the GTX 960 is still worth buying in 2024. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech stuff. Let us know in the comments which graphics card you're using and why. Thank you for watching. I'm David James, and we'll see you in the next one.